The Philistines asked, "What guilt offering should we send to him?" They're talking about, given to the Lord God. They replied, 5 gold tumors and 5 gold rats. Maybe it's a translation, I don't know, but this is funny. So, according to the number of the Philistine rulers, because the same plague has struck both you and your rulers, make models of the tumors, because they had tumors on their skin. So make models of the tumors and of the rats that are destroying the country. Could you imagine? It's just too funny. So they're afraid, and they're showing their their fear by making cast images of gold, of course, and providing it um, to the ark. I guess the lack of wanting to understand. There's a lot of it. So that's another thing. You can get to a when things get too hard, when things get too complicated, when you don't understand things, when we don't understand things, when I don't understand things, we tend to either push it off, refuse to try to understand it. And so that's like a stumbling block to people. And people, I've heard this time and time again, that people will say, oh, there's different parts of the Bible that contradict. And whenever I hear that, I'm like, okay, let's tell me what specifically, because zero part of the Bible contradicts it. So we got to read it together, and we got to understand. And then when there's issue, where there's two or more, you bring it to God. You can pray about it. You can say it. You can speak it. What the issue is, and so there's a lot here. Let's continue to read. Make models of the tumors and of the rats that are destroying the country, and pay honor to Israel's God. Perhaps he will lift his hand from you and your gods and your land. Why do you harden your hearts as the Egyptians and Pharaoh did? Interesting that they say that. When he treated them harshly, did they not send the Israelites out so they could go on their way? Now then, get a new cart ready with 2 cows that have calved and have never been yoked. Hitch the cows to the cart, but take their calves away and pin them up. Take the ark of the Lord and put it on the cart, and in a chest beside it, put the gold objects, the tumors and the rats, you are sending back to him as a guilt offering. Send it on its way, but keep watching it. If it goes up to its own territory toward Beth Shemesh, then the Lord has brought this great disaster on us. But if it does not, then we will know that it was not his hand that struck us, and that it happened to us by chance. Thoughts, feelings. How does it make you feel? What does it make you think? And what do you think's going to happen? Do you think the cart's going to do the Exhibit A, which is walk straight towards Beth Shemesh? Or do you think it's going to be Exhibit B, where it just wanders off the road and just stays there? Let's continue to read. So they did this. They took 2 such cows and hitched them to the cart and pinned up their calves. They placed the ark of the Lord on the cart along with it the chest containing the gold rats and the models of the tumors. Merry Christmas, Lord. Could you imagine? Okay, so you're like, you created all things, and then you get a present. And the presents. Oh, aren't they special? This is hilarious. Okay, so bless their heart. So let's continue to read. Then the cows went straight up toward Beth Shemesh. Surprise! Keeping on the road and lowing all the way. They did not turn to the right or to the left. The rulers of the Philistines followed them as far as the border of Beth Shemesh. Now the people of Beth Shemesh were harvesting their wheat in the valley, and when they looked up and saw the ark, they rejoiced at the sight. The cart came to the field of Joshua Beth Shemesh, and there it stopped beside a large rock. The people chopped up the wood of the cart and sacrificed the cows as a burnt offering to the Lord. The Levites took down the ark of the Lord together with the chest containing the gold objects and placed them on the large rock. On that day, the people of Beth... I can imagine they probably looked in and were like, okay, or maybe they knew or understood because of traditions and things that they've noticed from the Philistines, but at the same time the Levites took down the ark of the Lord together with the chest containing the gold objects and placed them on a large rock. On that day, the people of Beth Shemesh offered burnt offerings and made sacrifices to the Lord. The 5 rulers of the Philistines saw all this and then returned that same day to Ekron. Well, that was a start, right? For Israel, they offered they were of joy. They were happy and they offered sacrifices to the Lord because they saw the ark had returned. And so that gave them encouragement as well. So after all they've done, after all we do, and that's why this book it just shows God return. He loves you. He loves me. He loves all of us over and over again. No matter what we do, he returns he's like, I'm here. I love you. And then he sends his only son. It just brings up a lot. It's a lot of feelings of love. Reading this is once again, it's a sign of encouragement. So reading over these passages, what kind of thoughts or feelings come to your mind? How does it make you feel and what does it make you think?